A favorite hors d'oeuvre or side dish for parties, holidays, family reunions, and potluck dinners. Today we are talking about National Deviled Egg Day. Happy National Deviled Egg Day to you. We've got Greg Teal, the executive chef of Avenue, here to teach us a few things. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Before we get into the recipes, what is it about deviled eggs that makes them such a favorite item into that time of year?
Man, you know, I think deviled eggs have probably been on everybody's table at one point during Thanksgiving or Christmas or something like that. So it's really just it's a holiday favorite, and I think that everybody loves them. You know, it's kind of a guilty pleasure too.
Yeah, and you could do a really classic deviled egg recipe that a lot of people would do. You know, the mayonnaise, the mustard, paprika. But you've got some ideas for different finishes, and one in particular you can walk us through. What do you have?
So I'm going to do a couple for you here. I always like to pipe my filling just so that it looks extra lovely like this. But the way that we do them at Avenue is we do a little fried oyster on there. But so we have a couple here. These are going to be candied pepper bacon. And then we're also going to have some white truffle chive right here. But the pièce de résistance is the fried oyster deviled egg right here. And we're going to do a little bit of pepper jelly on top. And this is, like I said, this is an Avenue favorite. We sell quite a few of these guys, and they're absolutely delicious.
Well, that's wonderful, and there's such a versatility when it comes to the deviled egg, because anything savory, anything you want to put on top of it's going to work.
Yeah, exactly. Fried chicken, bacon. I mean, I've seen people do pimento cheese before. That's one of my favorites. I love pimento cheese. Plenty of Duke's mayo, and you can't go wrong with the deviled eggs.
No, people are happy with those, and they can be really festive. I mean, I like what you're doing now. It's just it steals the show visually because of all the colors. You could do the relishes and peppers and herbs and all the flavor profiles that you can tap into. What's your personal favorite? Is it something you always like to experiment with?
You know, it's one of those things that we've made so many different ones. I think that my favorite is probably the fried oyster here. The pepper jelly just really gives it a beautiful pop of color. Great around the holidays. I was telling somebody before we started the segment that I always get tasked with making the deviled eggs at all the parties. I can make all this great stuff, and then they always make me make deviled eggs. But you know, like I said, if it's done right, it's really a very special thing.
Well, and that says something about the deviled egg, because if you get tasked with doing that, they know you can do anything in the world, but people like deviled eggs enough to assign you that.
That's
when you go
That's
to a party.
right. No pressure.
We know Avenue is part of Table 301 Catering, and you've spent a good time in Sobeys kitchen as well.
Right.
Sobeys celebrating its 25-year anniversary, and there's that massive party coming up on Monday. We're going to put the information on screen for that. Tickets benefit Mill Village Farms. The party is at Bon Secours Wellness Arena starting at 6:30. Live performances from Edwin McCain and others. How big a party is that going to be?
You know, this is definitely by far our biggest, and I think that we're, you know, hopefully maybe 1,000 people. You know, it's like normally 300 to 400, so this year is definitely a huge celebration.
And definitely, I mean, 25 years in anything, but to build a restaurant empire in downtown Greenville, 25 years is huge. So that's just amazing.
It is huge. That's why we celebrate huge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way you brought this, and I know you were kind of a last minute, so we really appreciate the way you brought together something so beautiful. Can you inspire us with anything as we think about, gosh, I don't know if I could make something that nice? Is it a matter of just giving it a shot or throwing your creativity out there?
I always say, you know, you're never going to learn to do anything new if you don't try. So you got to give it a shot and you know, go out of your comfort zone a little bit and maybe try something, you know, like step one, maybe like candied bacon or something like that, and then maybe move on to the fried oysters the next year.
I like the whole thing. We appreciate it.
Thank you so
Chef
much.
Greg Teal from Avenue. Thank you so much, and happy Deviled Eggs Day.
Thank you so much.